I just finished filming a couple of videos. I don't know when this video is gonna end up going up, but I wanted to start doing a little bit of a video because you're watching this video because we just announced that we bought a house. So today is October 30th. We just put in an offer for a house that we really want. I think we're gonna end up getting this house. I honestly do, because we already talked to them about lowering the price and stuff before we put in the offer, and they gave us a $10,000 credit to use towards like finishing fees and stuff like that. So like unless someone just like swoops in and they accept their offer first, which I don't think is gonna happen because the house has been on the market for like 6 months or something crazy, I think this is gonna end up being the house, and it's literally the house of our dreams. So since we just did this today and it's really fresh on my mind, everything that's happened the last couple of days, I want to take the time to go ahead and tell the story right now to start off our yay we just bought a house video. Okay, I just switched the camera around so it's more comfortable for me to hold this way, since I'm gonna hold this and talk to you for a while. So we were not really necessarily planning on getting a house anytime soon. Well, like soon, but we were thinking more like at the beginning of next year because it's October right now. As you know, we went on a missions trip a couple of months ago, and since we were going to be gone for the whole summer, we decided we did not want to keep our apartment. So we are currently living with my parents ever since getting back from Hawaii in August. So we've been living with my parents for almost 3 months now. Pretty much since we got married, since before we got married, we just like search Zillow all the time, like just in case there's like a $7 house that we could buy. Just, I don't know, we just do that for fun. I don't even know why we've always done it, but we always like look on Zillow. So about a week or two ago, I was looking on Zillow and I found this house that I was like, okay, we really need to look at this, because we had like a price range. I'm not gonna say our price range because I don't really feel like that's necessary information, but we had our price range, but we really wanted a 4-bedroom house, so I could have a filming room, he could have an office, the baby could have a room, and then the master. And then someday when we have, you know, enough kids to where we feel like they need, you know, 2 kids rooms, we could still be able to combine my filming room and Andrew's office and still be okay. Because if we had 3 bedrooms, I just feel like we would need to move pretty soon. Like after maybe our second or at least our 3rd kid, we would be too cramped in that house. So we really wanted a 4-bedroom house. So anyway, about a week ago we found this townhouse and we were like, you know what, we have a real estate friend who we're super close with, let's just go look at it. So we did. We got super duper giddy and excited. We put in an offer. It was denied. They had already actually accepted an offer, so we didn't get that house. But then our realtor knew that we were looking for a house. The fact that we put in an offer, it kind of got the ball rolling. We found out exactly what it would take to get out. I had like this education fund and everything, so we had this down payment. It just kind of got the wheels turning in our minds, and we realized like we can't actually do this now. Like we thought we had to wait, you know, a couple months, save up a little bit more money and stuff, but we can't actually do this right now. So then we just started looking a little bit more seriously, looked at a couple more houses, and then, so today's Wednesday, on Monday, we found the house. I looked at 2 different houses that day. Monday evening, Andrew's out of town, by the way. I should add that. He's never been out of town before, but these last 2 weeks, ever since all of this has happened, we've looked at like 5 houses, and he's only been with me 1 time. I've like FaceTimed him when we go, so he's never even actually been in this house. He hasn't, like, of all weeks for him to be out of town, this is the week that he's out of town. But anyway, we went, both of us, we just fell in love with the house. We had like this list of like we would love, and we really want, but that would be awesome. Literally everything on the list except for a shed, but that's because it's brand new. Literally everything on the list this house has, and we're like, this is the perfect house. So we are putting in an offer. I just signed it today. I think Andrew's gonna sign it when he gets off of work. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be accepted. I mean, I guess if it doesn't, then you might never see this video, but I'm sure it's gonna get accepted because we've been talking to them a lot. But we're really excited. But the drama of it all So we went to go see the house 2 days ago on Monday night. Decided then and there that we were going to put in an offer, but we wanted to sleep on it because we're smart that way. So we decided we're not going to do anything until tomorrow. We're going to sleep on it, make sure no huge red flags come up. So yesterday morning, I was telling my parents about it and stuff, and my mom was working, but my dad was off, and he was like, let's go look at the house. So we drive over, we look at the house. We're looking at it, and he's like, I want to see what the backyard looks like. Like, have they planted any grass or anything? And I'm like, no, they haven't. So he hops the fence because he's my dad, and he's looking around the backyard, and he just so happens to find that I may or may not have accidentally locked the back door. So he comes out, opens the garage door, and I'm like, what are you doing? So we go in the house, we explore the house, and my dad, I would never think of this. Andrew technically wasn't there in person, so in person maybe he would have thought of this. My arm is falling asleep, sorry. But my dad opens up the, like the crawl space little door and like looks in the crawl space. And right there in the crawl space is like this huge crack in the foundation. And he's like, do you see that? And I'm like, is that a big deal? And he's like, I don't know. I think so. Because they've had problems with their foundation and stuff. And so we're like, maybe that's why it's been on the market for so long. So we talked to like 17 different people about it. There's all this drama. When we first went to go look at the house, technically we were looking at a house like way down the street. They were building the exact same house. And so they had us look at this one because this one was done. And so both houses are on the market. But we figure, let's go with the house that's already done being built. And we ended up liking the one that was done better because it was on the side of the street. Like, we're not gonna have to shovel our snow because the sun will melt it, and like the backyard is better and stuff like that. So we decided we wanted to go with that one. But now there's this foundation issue. So all day yesterday, like literally one of the most stressful days of my life, we I don't even know how many people we talked to. We talked to a lot of people and got a lot of, you know, very professional opinions on it and stuff. And they were all saying like the kind of cracks, they're pretty small cracks, like stuff like this is normal of, you know, a brand new house to do and stuff like that. And I don't know, we had a lot of opinions that were like, that's scary. Like, why is a foundation cracking? But ultimately we decided we're just going to seal it and, you know, make sure that there's no moisture and stuff like that going to get in. But otherwise, we've had several different people tell us, like professional people who are not like tied to us, like getting any money if we buy the house or whatever. Like, I wouldn't trust their inspector, but we hired our own inspector and talked to a couple of friends that we know who know stuff about like foundations and concrete and stuff like that. And they all say that it's fine. So we're still a little bit nervous about it, but we are going with the house. We just put in an offer today, like I said. My arm is falling asleep. And yeah. That's my really, really long story. I'm sorry you had to listen to that, but hopefully that was entertaining. I will let you know. I'll update you when something happens. I'm sure I'll find out. They have to accept or deny your offer in the first 24 hours. So I guess if Andrew hasn't signed it yet, our 24 hours will start here soon. So I'll let you know in the next 24 hours if we're getting that house. Closing, they say, should be around November 22nd, which is awesome because when we decided a couple days ago that we think we really do want to try to get a house now instead of waiting till the new year, we really, really, really want to host Christmas at our new house because we've always wanted to be able to offer our house to host Andrew's family in particular because there's so many people and nobody ever really wants to host, and we've just always really wanted to be able to offer that and be able to be the ones to host. So we really, really, really want to host Christmas. And it sounds like most likely at this point, I mean, nothing's set in stone, but it sounds like most likely at this point we're going to have a good month to get in our, 3 chairs and 2 pots into the house. So yeah, I will update when I hear anything. Okay, so I know it's completely dark so you can't see me, but we just bought a washer and dryer off of a guy who ended up literally being in the neighborhood directly next to our new neighborhood for $150, and they're very new looking. He accidentally bought a new one because he thought the old dryer was broken, and so we bought a brand new set and got a great deal, he said, and turns out it was his electrical that was like bad, like he'd flipped a breaker or something like that, and he was just like, well, we got a good deal, we might as well keep them. So it's like a really, really nice washer and dryer that he gave to us for a really good deal, so that was a blessing. We were kind of worried about that because we've never had to buy anything like that before, so. Okay, I know I look crazy, but I have done a really, really bad job at updating you guys on everything that's happening. I just look like a head just floating in all of this fluff. But anyway, so we are getting the house. We're closing in a couple of days. The time that we were getting it, they had like this deal running where if you got it, I guess, may put in our offer in October or something. I don't know exactly why, but we got this offer where we get $10,000 to go towards like certain things like closing costs and upgrades to the house and stuff like that. So we ended up using it, and we were determined to try to use as much of it as we could. So they are doing the back fence for us for free. They are doing the sprinklers and the sod for free, which was all stuff we were gonna have to take care of by ourselves. We are getting a $3,000 fridge because after that, we didn't want to use it towards closing costs because the people that we were doing our loan from, we also got some kind of a promo from them to where we're not really sure how much our closing costs are gonna be. So instead of using it for closing costs, we wanted to use it, and we were like, we have to use all this money. We can't just like leave this money to waste. So anyway, we're getting a $3,000 fridge, the very most expensive one that they had, just to use up the money because everything else that they had, like, we could use it for a washer and dryer, but we already have a washer and dryer, and basically everything that they were gonna let us use it towards, we already had. So any leftover after that, we're gonna use towards closing costs, which I think is just a couple of $100s now. But we went over, so today's Monday, closing is on Wednesday. We are signing papers and doing walkthroughs all day tomorrow, and then signing papers and finishing out like loans and stuff like that all day on Wednesday. So we went over today just to look at the house because it's been a couple of days, or actually it's been a couple of weeks for me. But they have the fence most of the way up. They have the sprinklers, the sod, like some landscaping and gravel and stuff around the house, like in the back. All of that's done. There was actually a plumber there who was fixing like a vent or something in our bathroom, which I think was one of the things that our inspector had us mention. So things are coming along. It's so crazy. I'm so excited. So yeah, I don't know, since we are closing the day before Thanksgiving, I don't know if we're going to, like, how long it's going to take till we're in there. The fridge, it sounds like, is not going to show up for another good week or two, but we're probably not going to be there anyway, so that's not a big deal. But anyway, I figured I would give you a little update of what's going on. We're going for the walkthrough! We sign tomorrow! Tell me your thoughts and feelings and emotions.
Well, I could continue singing my llama song, but that's weird, so I won't. I'm excited. I'm excited to have a house. Yeah, those are my thoughts and emotions.
Very deep.
Very deep.
Very deep. Today's the day. We are on our way to close. It snowed for the first time on the same day. It's like special.
Yeah, and you can say what you want. I'm not usually one for like these random occurrences like, oh, that was an act of God for no apparent reason. But it was kind of cool because I went to read my Bible this morning and I haven't been in Psalms, but I was like, I should read Psalms. And I was like, well, where do you start? There's like 150 of them. So I was like, well, it's the 27th. I'll read 127. First thing I read. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. And I was like, what? This is kind of funny.
That's funny. Got our coffee. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning, which is way too early to be heading somewhere. I guess you go to work.
Normally I'm at work for like an hour and a half right now. 2.5 hours.
It's too early for me to be going somewhere. And the baby agreed. Well, we just signed a lot of documents, but not as many as a bunch of people have always complained.
Yeah. It takes so long. It's like 1 million signatures. There's like 8. Uh-oh. Oh no. We're both in the turn lane. We both gotta go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Crisis averted. Anyway, that was super great. And she said, yeah, your experience was really good for one thing because you're buying a new home, but another thing because you have an awesome real estate agent. Thank you, Jason Archer. Freaking amazing. This guy was talking to me at like 11 o'clock at night when I was looking into getting the house, and I was like, sorry, I gotta quit. I gotta get up at 4. He's like, yeah, I gotta be up at 3:30. Okay, I'll finish this and then I'll go to bed or whatever. It's like, dude, you're awesome.
So if you're in the area and you need a real estate agent, we have a really good one to recommend.
Yeah. But anyways,
yeah.
The whole home buying thing it's easy. It's just like having a kid. It's easy. Everybody complains about it. It's great.
Your kids are so expensive. Not if you know where to shop for diapers.
If you don't buy everything new. And
so we don't have the keys yet. I guess they have to verify certain things and do something. And then we get to come back and grab the keys later today, it sounds like. So.
Which sounds like the longest time of our lives, aside from like waiting in the hospital for the kid to actually like.
That was a really long time.
That was a long time.
That was a long time.
But this is second to that. So.
Which is sad because we can't like start moving stuff in while we're waiting.
Right. We can start packing now. Pack more stuff since we haven't packed like at all. But.
We're waiting. He's looking out the window and outside. So fun. But we're just waiting and waiting and waiting for them to call us to give us the keys. We were not expecting it to take like very long. Like they said by the end of the day, but she was like, it'll probably be like a couple of hours. It's been like 4 or 5 hours now, and we were like planning on having them by now so we could start moving and everything. What are you looking at? So we figured that we would take like our couch over and some of the stuff, basically empty out the storage unit was the plan, but we don't have the keys yet. So we're basically just sitting around the house waiting, trying to get stuff done. Andrew's studying or something, but he's literally been like, why haven't they called it? Why haven't they called it? And he kind of sounds like a 5-year-old, like on a car trip, like, are we there yet? Or whatever. That's literally what it reminds me of. So, there's a little update for you. That's what we're doing, is we are just waiting for them to get around to letting us know that it's done. We want our house keys! They finally called. It only took them 6 hours. But we're headed to get the keys. Yay!
Sorry.
They gave us like 79 keys.
Yeah.
And
3 people could open the mailbox at the same time. Like 3 of us. Yeah, look at.
We have keys!
Yeah, it's exciting. Got a red key and a bronze key and silver keys.
It's pretty.
Yeah, they give us a little hemp sack.
Yeah.
That was probably like a 3-cent value right there.
79 of our keys.
Yeah.
Yay!
Knock, knock.
Is anybody in our new home?
Smells good.
It smells like a brand new house. And look at the kitchen. There's the kitchen. There's the backyard with the grass they put in like 2 days ago. Oh look, the fence! The fence was done. The fence wasn't done the other day.
Yes.
The fence is done.
It's good.
Cute little backyard. Not very big, but it's big enough for a little garden right there and a little trampoline right there.
And a little Phyllis.
And little Phyllis. So cool.
Are we done moving now?
So this is what we do the first day that we move into a new house.
Why is that little glitch there? Oh, of course, that would be right where my...
We are putting
Like
more
this
lighting
is-
in the house.
It's overkill, but...
Brand new house, and we're like, you know what? One little light is not enough, so we're putting a little grid of...
But people whine and complain like, Corey Barton's so bad, your house is gonna burn down before you even open the door. Dude, so like the space between the lower level and the upper level is completely open. The way that they did the bracing or whatever, I can fish a wire through there so easily. It's gonna be awesome.
Cool, cool, cool. It's actually kind of pretty. Well, thanks for watching our We Bought a House vlog. It is Wednesday the 27th, just so I remember. It was the day before Thanksgiving that we bought our house. And yeah, I thought about waiting and putting this up as the first vlog for like Vlogmas and stuff next week, but I decided I wanted to put it up as soon as possible to kind of announce and stuff. So yeah, I'm sure for Vlogmas you'll see lots of moving and decorating and projects and stuff like that kind of a content. But anyway, there's a little story of how we bought our house. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week for Vlogmas.